Okay, this is Ninja Falcon here, and I have a little special thing set up. I've been messing around with missions for a while, and a big problem I've run into was making it look professional, having a proper intro, briefing, and better. I mean, I could do tasks, but I couldn't do the notifications and the fancy stuff. And so what I have is I kind of set up the mission already. I haven't done any of the scripting or anything yet, and I'm just going to go over pretty much how to make a mission from start to finish. And this will be following, if I can find it on my other screen. Okay, so this is pretty much what I'll be following. Mission presentation. It'll be going over the overview just a little bit. Overviews aren't too important. That's pretty much just briefing what you'll see before the mission. Then loading screen. I'll go pretty deep into loading screen, some briefing, and notifications. I'll show off FHQ task tracker, and I'll link that below, as well as credit the guy who made it. I actually can't remember his name right now, but it's an incredible script. I'll be showing how to use that, and as well as the closing shot and debriefing. So pretty much start to finish, like I said. So I'll drag that back over here and hopefully regain the mouse. Okay, there we go. And so I'm just gonna start this off by bringing over. Man, I'm so unprepared. All right, and so this should be roughly what your mission will look like once you're done if you follow this step by step and kind of recreate it or try to make your own following these steps. FHQTT, which will be the task handling script. Then there's the initialization and another script I'll be going over, Urban Patrol script by Kronzky. I'll be going over how to use that, different ways you can use that to its full ability, hopefully. But let's go ahead and start out with the description. Alright, so this is the opening mission. So whenever you preview the mission, this is what you're going to see. The author, the load name. If you want a load screen, I'm not going to go over that because I've been having issues figuring that out myself. You just have to get an image, make it the right size, which is a 2:1 ratio, and then convert it to a PAA using, you can get a tool from Bohemia, PAA tool. So you can just Google that, download that, and it's a simple file converter. But yeah, so that's where you would type in whatever you wanted, loading screen dot PA, and you would put that file into your mission folder like you would a script. But I'm just going to leave that blank, not going to have a load screen, but I will have everything else. So yeah, author, you just put what your username is or whoever you want to, your tag, what you want to go by. The load name will be the mission of the name of the mission, Operation FSO. Bonus points if you can figure out what FSO means before I get to that. Of course, you probably already saw it because it's on load mission. So Operation Figure Shit Out. So this is the description of the mission, and I'll actually just kind of jump in real quick and hit preview. And as you can see, I can't really point with my mouse, but you see Operation F.SO by Ninja Falcon, Operation Figure Shit Out, and you see the description underneath, and you would see a picture there if you chose a custom picture. I'm out in the ocean, so just ignore that for now. So, jumping back, and then there's class debriefing. I'll go into this again after I'm done making the mission, but it's really similar. You have a title, and that's what will show up when the mission ends. Mission complete. It'll be a nice little banner. You can have a subtitle if you want. Description. This also I've been having difficulty with. I don't really know where this is supposed to show up, but it should show up on the debriefing panel. But yeah, so once we complete this mission, you'll successfully figure shit out, hopefully. And then you have background picture again. It has to be in a .PAA. Same with this is an icon picture, so it's a smaller picture within the debriefing. I'm not going to go over those two. This is just going to be a simple guide to making your missions look more professional, yet not completely elitist. And then picture color. This is just as it says. You just customize. I think it's red, blue, green, and then the transparency. I didn't mess with that at all. I don't like playing with colors. This gives you a gray out. There's 0.0, 0.3, and 0.6 with 1 at the end. Commas in between, of course. That gives you a gray out, and I think that's just a good enough effect. I don't think it should be like Smurf or Puff the Purple Dragon, what have you. So yeah, I'll go back over that later, but for now that should be pretty simple to understand. Now into the actual mission. Main objective is going to be a radio tower right there, or transmission tower. You're going to come in from assault boats, and you're going to drop off. You can choose anywhere on the coast. You'll be the team leader, or the player will be the team leader, and they'll be able to drop off anywhere they want, or lead their team wherever they want. And then the firing range will be well, I'm not sure if I'll use this as a side objective or not. But right now, it's just a blue 4 site. You're playing as Op 4 in the mission, and the site is 150 by 150, just so you have an idea of how big that is, just enough to cover the camp, nothing special. So we can delete that trigger, it's for nothing. And then we have SO1, so if I do use this as a side objective, that's side objective 1, as well as a warning mark, just giving the player a heads up. Second, or these other markers, the red ones are the boundary, so it's indicating the area of operations around the radio tower, so pretty much the limits on where you should go to complete this mission. So anything past red is bad. And then there's if I can find it right here, there we go, PA1, which is Patrol Area 1. There'll be several groups I spawn in using Urban Patrol script in this area to make it dynamic, so I will have no idea where these guys spawn in. I'll have a few laid down patrols, which I'll show later, which will just involve cars, because you can't use the Urban Patrol script on cars because they're kind of wonky and they won't stay on the roads. So they just kind of drive over open terrain, twisting my words around. So let's go ahead and start with the assault boats and get this going, and then I'll go into task after that. So I already named them Boat 1 and Boat 2, and so I believe these boats can load 4 people in each. There's a really easy way to doing this if you are only loading the one vehicle, which is, well, I'm not really going to go over it. I might mention it later, but for now, since we're loading to 2 separate vehicles, this move in cargo vehicle, and then that's Boat 1. And then you can just copy, I accidentally cut it, and paste this into 3 more guys. Technically 4, but then it's Boat 2 from there. Copy it once again. And there you go. Now, if you want to move a lot of people in, there's a thing called, let's see, I'm trying to remember. It's like X, X, and it'll be move and cargo. I'll link that. I'll come back to that because I've completely forgotten that. I was gonna mention that, but so unprofessional of me to forget that line of script. But pretty much it just has the entire group move into a vehicle with a single command instead of having to copy and paste it into each one of them. And I will just plop that into the description if you need it. Right now in Arma, there's no vehicles that can actually hold like a large group of people, so that's not too time saving unless you're using like Arma 2 or later in the alpha when they release more vehicles. So now that the boats are set, I'm going to go ahead and make my guy. Realizing something very stupid of myself, these guys are blue 4. They need to be Op 4. Alright. We're going to go ahead and fix this mistake real quick. So used to making missions around blue 4 that this sort of thing happens. Yes, I am lazy enough to just go and copy and paste it from the other team, and then delete the other team. Their existence was only there so I could copy from them, and now they're gone. So now I make myself the player, preview, and there you go. First few steps complete. I'll also go over briefing and what, as well as at the same time as tasks. So I need to get to the driver's seat so I can drive. And the other boat should be following me. So quick turn.
Stop. Solid copy. Stop. Roger, Wilco. Follow it. Roger, Wilco. Running low on ammo.
I don't know why they jumped out of the boat. That's really weird. I wonder if that's actually a bug. That might be. Boat 2. That is weird. Let's go and just have these guys.
Move to grid 0, 6, 0, 0, 4, 3. Understood. Running low on ammo.
Yeah, they just get out of the damn boats. Okay. So the boats are kind of a bad idea. Simple solution. Unfortunately, I kind of hate that I will just jump to this, but predestined spot. Well, there goes the moving cargo. I guess that bug needs to be reported to Bohemia. That's really weird. So, yeah, boats don't follow you or move under AI control. You're finding bugs every day. Or maybe I'm just being stupid about it. Maybe I'm being stupid. I don't know. Oh yeah, these are blue 4. That might be why. That actually shouldn't affect it, but regardless, I'll go ahead and change them to red, and I won't repeat the moving cargo. I'll just have you start on the beach. But there we go. You're on the beach. Congratulations. Now, for the first trigger, and I actually have a notepad. And I'll try to have everything in the description. This was copied and pasted from a tutorial I learned how to do this off. But I figured, yeah, I'm making a video so everybody can try and see and understand better. I don't know. But yeah, so there should be 2 ways to get this code if you need it, which will be I will link a page to the tutorial if you can't understand my video, as well as it'll be in the description in case you want to copy and paste it from there as well. So you have 2 different functions here. You have add task, and then you have add briefing, and they both work pretty identical. So you have, and this is how I usually do it. I just copy, move down below, and then paste it. So I'm working in Notepad, so it's a little bit easier to type everything out. Task name will be just like if you're using I hope I still have it open. Okay, so I was trying to use this earlier. A2B editor. It's like a template, or it gives you a template, and you just fill out all the blanks, and it will create the task for you, or the scripting. Probably not going to be using this anymore, but just kept it open as an example. Whenever it asks like name of the task, it's just going to be a variable. That's how you refer to that task. And so I'm just going to name this task 1, and then this is the second one will be the task text in briefing, and so this will be the main objective. So I'm just going to move towards the transmitter and destroy it. There we go. And then you have the title. Destroy the transmitter, and then you have waypoint text, which will be like whenever you look on or in the field, or out towards the objective, there'll be a little arrow, and then above it some text, and that text will be what you see from right here. That's what this will be. And I'll just put like radio tower, which is what it is. Transmitter is just a fancy name, I think. And then you can also give a marker position, and so everything in this quote can actually be deleted if you're using this as a template. You can just erase it like that. And I'm going to name the marker later radio tower, or RT. And then you just copy. Oh, and don't forget side. So since I'm on the east side, or op 4, I would type east, but if you were making it for blue 4, you could type west, just like that, and it'll create it for everybody on that side. There's a few advanced features that you can do using this. I'm not going to go over them again. I want to keep this as basic as possible, just because I'm still kind of figuring this out to its fullest right now, and I just wanted to make a video so novice like me could start making more polished missions. But yeah, as easy as that. Just east, and then you name the task, description, what the waypoint will be named, so it will be above the little arrow pointing you where to go, and then marker position if you want. I think you can just leave that blank and it won't put one, or you can just delete that. But usually you want something on the map to indicate where you want the player to go. So just copy that, and then we'll have a trigger. Put this as 0, 0, op 4 not present, and then bam. There you go. And there's one extra function which I'm forgetting, which will be, I'll put this in the notepad so you can read it easily. Alright, so task 1 succeeded, call FHQ-TT set task date. So what you can do, what I'm going to do is change this to assigned, task 1 assigned, and then what this is this is just telling or changing the task date, pretty much set task date. We're going to copy this. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and copy this, and so yeah, this the task name, whatever you named it before up here, exactly the same. And then there's assigned, created, failed, canceled, and succeeded that you can use to change the task date. So you just copy and paste. And so what that'll do is, I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? Now it kind of gets scrambled up because of how missing something. That's weird. I don't know what I'm missing. Alright, just to be safe, head back. Okay, that's weird. Complications. Look, cancels. I lost it all, didn't I? Ah, man. Okay. Give me a second. Alright, so undo doesn't work. Hoping to get all that back. That's annoying. I don't know what messed up. I think I just didn't copy something over right. So I'll just go over this real quick again, in case I cut out the footage to hide my shame. So it's just gonna be east. Task 1. Right, and cut that. Make sure that's at the bottom. Right. I feel like I'm forgetting something again. No, that's not it. Ah, okay, I know what I'm forgetting. There needs to be a that. There we go. And so make sure this is 0, 0, op4 not present. And if you preview,
Running low on ammo. Running low on ammo.
don't know why they're running low on ammo. But there you go. So task assigned, destroy the radio tower. I forgot to put the marker down. But yeah, so you can just, let's see, marker. You can do an empty marker and do radio tower empty right there, and it'll be perfect, just perfect. So going back into, yeah, save that. Going back into the mission folder, there's 2 lines of code you need to know for your initialization. One is call, compile, pre-process, file line numbers, quotation marks, fhqtt.sqf, quotation marks, break. So I'll have that, again, I'll have everything that's code mentioned in the description, so you guys can just copy and paste, just like the pros. And what this does is just make sure that the script runs on everybody's machine if you're making a multiplayer mission. I'm not sure if it's too worthwhile putting it in from single player, but just to be safe, you can just include that. And then the second line of code is for the urban patrol. For every marker that you have that is a patrol area, which I'll dive into in just a second, about to make the patrols. You're just going to have the marker name, set marker position, get marker position, marker name right there. So wherever you see PA1 is where you want the marker name, and then everything else is just code. So the quotation marks, you replace whatever the marker name is, and I'll go over that a little bit more towards the end. But yeah, they'll also be in the description. So close that out, go down, and now delete this guy, even though I shouldn't have. Undo. I can't undo. Oh man. Okay, I forgot to grab a piece of code from him. So here's my cheat sheet for the urban patrol script, and all you need is this line of code, which I'll go over. Just copy. I copy and paste a lot. This saves time. And so Blue 4 Rifle Squad should be fine. That's 9 people. I'm going to cut that down to 8, and then I'm going to paste this in. So null equals this alpha. Alpha is the area that you want them to patrol in, which is in quotation marks. So I'm going to put PA1, and then I'm going to put a, forgot what that was called, quotation marks, random down, comma, I think, comma. So what this is that this group will patrol in this area, and they will be placed randomly on the ground level, like not up in a building or in a tower, but on the actual ground level. So random down. And then there's one more, which I'll also copy and paste. I have to full screen this so I can find it faster, which is min x max y. And so you can just copy and paste this piece of code right here and put it in. So min, of course, very simple to understand. Min is the minimum amount of groups it'll spawn, max is the maximum. And so since they're covering a very large area, I'm gonna have between 5 and I'd say 8. That's a lot of groups. That's up to that's between 40 and 40, if I can do my math real well. 40 and 56. That's between 40 and 56 people, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna go and do 3, between 3 and 6 actually. Sounds actually a lot better. Especially since the group is actually that large. The reason why I'm doing it that, again, this is a very large area, and so I don't want it to be an entire cakewalk for your team to get to the radio tower and back without running into other patrols. Like firefights shouldn't be forced. Like, you shouldn't be forced to have to fight your way through all these patrols. But it'd be nice, you're going along and then you see a patrol and you can get to kind of either you get ambushed by a patrol or you are able to see it before they see you, and you can either set up an ambush, let them cross, see where they're heading, you know, and simulate or make the mission a little bit more immersive and dynamic, whatnot. So that's that. So they will randomly spawn in this blue square and then patrol around it. And so a little bit of the square is actually outside the markers, so I'm just going to adjust this, make it 900 meters by 900. Should actually make it smaller. 850, no, 750 by 750. If I can get that, there we go. That should be perfect. Okay. Just adjust it a little bit. And so now that's actually perfect. So they're completely within the area of operation. And then Camino fire range will be, I'm going to go ahead and make that a side objective if you want to smash Camino. It'd be a nice little side objective for people who want an extra challenge, more objectives and whatnot. So now that that's set up, I'm going to make a trigger. And I'm about to get to briefing, so do not worry, that is coming up. Not present. This. So a little trick if you want to check if a building's destroyed is you just have to sync it, the trigger, or is it group? It's group. The trigger to the tower, bam. So static object not present. So the condition is this. On activation, just like before, I'm going to copy and paste this in. So task 1 will be set to succeeded, call, and then I'll call the script to handle that. And then underneath that, there will be then a, pulling this back up, naming task 2. So this will be a simple mission if you don't go for the side objective. So there, an extract. Extract, radio, and then the, really simple. Extract. And then this will be just, I'll name it exit. And then task 2, assigned. For some reason it's not copying that one bracket, but okay, there we go. So now once we destroy the radio tower, mission complete, it'll tell us to extract, and I'm also going to go ahead and set a variable, mission complete equal 1, put a trigger down, activation, yeah, 50 by 50, out 4, MC equal 1, present, and there you go. So once they're back after they've destroyed the radio tower, MC will equal 1, and it'll run the activation. And for this, I'm actually forgetting the, there we go. Copy and paste is your friend. So end one call bis underscore function underscore end mission break. So what that'll do is end one is what I've named my end mission, which I'll bring up again in the description.ext. And so there, class end one under class CFG debriefing. And so if you want to do your own like ending, custom ending, debriefing, this doesn't change this class debriefing. So you can just paste that right in. Then you're going to have a imagine just a box around this text, and then you're going to have class end1, and then you're going to have a box around that text, which will be brackets, as you can see here. So you can actually just copy and paste this in, and then just edit the fields as you want. I'm just going to keep this the same. Mission complete. You successfully figured shit out, hopefully, and etc. etc. So that's what that will call once you're back to the extraction point. And then mission over. GG. GG, no rematch. So for the most part, there's just a few more things, like touch-ups on this, and I'll go ahead and show you briefings now. Same with the call task function. It's really easy. Opt for not present. You're just going to go, and I have this, as you can see right here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Okay. Call FHQ underscore TT underscore add briefing. Same with this. You're gonna have a side. So I'll just do East journal entry title situation journal entry description. Let's see. Or yeah, I'm just gonna do it this way. Forgive me if I'm doing spelling mistakes. I most likely am. Don't have time to spell check right now though. So there, in the coming days, and I'm probably spelling that wrong. Either way, whatever. Just don't know why. Okay, so in the next few days we plan to launch a major assault on the island of Stratus before we don't even know what I was trying to spell out there. Before we do, we must cripple their communication to the mainland, move in and destroy their largest radio tower, and then he'll call the briefing. So copy and paste, and then move up real quick to make sure. Okay, actually, I got that right. And so
Running low on ammo. Running low on ammo.
now I don't know why this assigned us extract. That's really weird. But I can check on that. Anyway, so I don't really know what we're doing. What the? Okay. That was weird. I haven't set the exit yet for the marker, so that's probably why it did that. But so yeah, first task: destroy the radio tower. And I'm so boggled. Weird. It's not saying the radio tower is complete yet. It still gave us extract. But yeah, once the radio tower is destroyed, it'll tell us to go back. I go fix that real quick, and then there's the situation. So yeah, in the next few days we plan to launch a major assault on the island of Stratus. You've already heard this. But there you go. And that's how you do the briefing, and you can change the. That's how it's going to show up. That's like the title or the. So once you click briefing, that's what you'll see on that list. And then this will be the description. And then yeah, call the FHQTT add briefing. So you can add briefing as you go. So if any type of new intel happens while you're while the player is going through that you want them to know about, say they have been detected or whatever, you can add briefings. You can also add tasks on the go as well. Yeah, it's pretty much FHQ right there, add tasks and briefings real easily. Lets you use notifications without messing with all of the config files and whatnot to make that work. Handles it for you. And so it's really weird. I don't know why it called this. Once, not present, succeeded, called. That was really weird. I don't know why it's calling the next task. It's kind of weird. That is interesting indeed. Oh, you know what I might have done? No, it's linked. With the trigger being linked like that, there should be no reason for it to actually go off like that. That's a weird bug, maybe.
Running low on ammo. Running low on
Yeah,
ammo.
it still signs it. For the most part, that's not a problem, because the main task is still destroy the radio towers, and it's not going to activate the extract until afterwards. I heard an explosion. Yeah, there you go. You have your 8-man team, and I feel like I'm forgetting something major. So I went over the overview. No, I didn't. I'm not going. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to go over the overview like planned. I'm just not ready to go over that, and yeah, just don't know why. Thought the overview was something different, and it's it's not what I thought it was, so I have no idea over that. But I went over the loading screen. I'll try to do a quick recap to make sure I covered everything for you guys. But yeah, loading screen, you have an author onload name, which will be the title of the mission, onload mission, which will be the description of the mission underneath the picture, and then load screen. That's probably why I feel like I'm missing something. I was planning on going over the PAA, but it's really simple. Again, you're just going to make a picture a 2:1 ratio, and then you're going to download. You need a PAA tool from Bohemia Studio or Bohemia Interactive, or equivalent. I think there's other programs, but that's the one I use. And you're just going to convert the file over to a Taiga, T-I-G-A, I think, and then from a Taiga to a .PAA. There's other ones where you can move it straight from like a JPEG or a PNG or whatever to a PAA. But I don't know specifically like by name any of those. So there's a load screen for you, and then same with this. It's going to be class CFG debriefing. You're gonna have a box, and then class end, and then another box, and you'll have within that box title, which is what will show up once you beat the mission, subtitle, description, and whatnot. And just to make sure, like, I'll save this real quick, and then I'll go over here to where is the end? Okay. So as soon as the mission starts, it'll end, but you'll see what I mean by the banner and everything. I'll demonstrate this real quick. So there you go. You'll get a banner, mission complete. The game will gray out. Task complete. And then there you go. Okay, so this time, like last time I was messing around with this, the thing didn't show up, but there we go. You successfully figured shit out. Destroy the radio tower, and then the extract. Same with the extract. If you want to make sure that that has a green arrow when the mission completes, you just need to call the. I'll actually show it. the task 2 or whatever you named it, you're just going to use this line of code, and you're going to do succeeded. Pretty sure it succeeded. Yeah. So it would just look like this. I'm really horrible at explaining stuff. I tried to plan this out as a little bit before I started. I'm not gonna blatantly lie and say as much as possible, but a little bit before I started. I didn't go over the Camino, but I think you have a rough idea. It's just the same thing. Once you have a trigger, you can put a condition on it, or you can either use this, and then on activation, you just put in the code. You fill in the blanks, or you just fill out the format, or the thing is called a template. Yeah, template, and then you just paste it in, and it'll do what it needs to do. But yeah, I'm horrible at explaining stuff. If you guys have any questions, and there's something I didn't cover properly or go over, please leave a comment below, and I'll gladly make a follow-up video to answer those questions. As well as I'll try to reply to your comment so you can try and get an immediate solution as well as a follow-up video. So yeah, I will try to help you guys out if anything's confusing. One other thing I forgot to do, and this is really simple. I'll go over this real quick. I was gonna have a car, and it's just going to be an HMG. I'm going to do this really quick. Oops, never show. So what I'm doing is I'm just laying out a few waypoints. It should be a cycle. So it'll move safe around this road, and it'll just patrol up and down this road. And then what I'll have it do is just move back. I could have been more detailed with the road, but yeah. If you're having trouble with cars following on the road, if you want the car to stay on the road while it's patrolling, its initial behavior, its first waypoint, it's right there. You need to put the behavior to safe, and it'll stay on the road. And then just if you're having difficulties, especially on like a lot of turns like this, what you can do is just make the waypoints, just change them to make them a little bit more often. The car will be a little bit slower, but a trick to make the car look realistic for if a player's like observing it, and there's a lot of bends and curves, is there's a lot of turnaways. So for instance, if you just want to make sure the car stays on the road, you can put the stop or the waypoint right before the turnaway, so the car could be coming up to a crossroad of sorts and just stop, and the car will stop at every waypoint for a split second, which can look a little bit unrealistic. So this is just a countermeasure. So if you're wanting it to move around these curves easier, you're just needing to shorten the distance between the waypoints, and it will follow the road a little bit better. And so if you want to make sure it looks realistic while it's doing it, you can just put the waypoints at every right before every road turnoff, and so it just looks like it's stopping at the intersections or the where they might see other cars driving, so they have to be careful. That's actually a OP4 car, which should be a blue 4. I'm so used to using or working around OP4, but we're working around blue 4 as the good guys and OP4 as the bad guys. But yeah, so that's how you would do the car. I'll polish up this mission a little bit, just fine-tuning the patrols to make sure it's balanced and the mission's playable, and I'll plan on trying to release it. But I really hope this guy or this guide or video helped you. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope it helped you. Again, if you have any questions, comment below. I'll answer you as fast as possible in the comments, and I'll also make up a follow-up video if there's enough questions. Most likely, yeah, I'll make up a follow-up video